Brendan claims today that you're facing a crisis after talking to the players at a meeting yesterday and telling players that they weren't playing for you. What's your response to that?
Yeah, I've heard obviously that there this morning. No, listen, it's something that you can't help. We have lots of meetings here in terms of analysing performance, and it was no different really to a whole host of meetings that we have throughout the year. You know, and it's those meetings that allow us to recover from the bad start that we had and win 10 games out of 13. So it was nothing really. It was just purely analysing performance, analysing where we're at, and then feeding forward to the players. With 7 games to go and an FA Cup quarter final, what the objectives that we can clearly achieve between now and the end of the season. So it's just unfortunate that obviously something else was made of it.
With that in mind, then, is there a concern that something's being said, something is coming out of the dressing room?
No, not at all. I've got a great bunch of players here who tirelessly every single day give me everything. And I think you can see that in how the team play. We might be short in certain elements within, but certainly in terms of the commitment of the team and the work ethic of the team and as I said, the focus that they have, that's pretty clear and has been since I've been here.
I have to ask you about Raheem again, because since the other day it seems that he's been mentioned every day, and once again you were questioned about him after the game as well. Obviously the aim was to stop this kind of thing happening until the end of the season. Are you concerned that it is going to continue, and while it didn't have necessarily a detrimental effect on his performance at the weekend, are you concerned that it could do between now and the end of the season now?
There's nothing more to add on it, Vinny. I thought the young player played very well at the weekend, and like as I said, his contract situation will be hopefully resolved come the end of the season. Up until that point, we'll just focus on improving his performance.
And you mentioned about qualifying for the Champions League. If you are to miss out, can the FA Cup, what kind of impact can the FA Cup have in terms of lessening that blow, I suppose?
I think after the game, I gave an answer which was logical. It was mathematics, really, in terms of the difficulty we would have. But it's certainly not a mindset or an attitude. You know, the attitude of the team is to go right to the very end, as we've done in every single game that we look to play in. So, as I said, it was purely mathematics. It's going to be difficult for us if the teams above us don't drop the points. We would have to win our 7 games. But it's certainly something that we were going to go in order to do that. We want to go in and win every single game that we can play in. In terms of the FA Cup, that was always an objective. You know, Wednesday we looked to reach the second semi-final of the season in the cup competitions. We made that a real strong objective for us this season, to do well in the cups, and this is, as I said, is an opportunity to get to another semi-final.
Brendan, does it put extra importance though on the cup tie with the result of the weekend?
No, it was always going to be very important for us. I think it's no more, no less. Despite the result, it's something that a game that we want to obviously get through.
Defeats to Manchester United and Arsenal, your closest rivals in terms of winning Champions League place, are difficult to stomach, but winning a cup final is a fantastic thing for the fans, and an awful lot of fans from an older generation would say, never mind finishing 4th, silverware is what it's about, and that's a message that the players have got to look to and say, you know, winning a cup is really something very worthwhile.
Yeah, absolutely right, and it's something that we want to do as a group. You know, we've made steady progress over the couple of seasons, and arrived in the Champions League place last year, nearly won the league. I think a trophy this season will mark another step forward for us. So, but of course, it's a difficult game that we've got. But of course, you know, getting to a final and winning a trophy is what, as I said, we would want.
And Blackburn were very difficult to break down at Anfield in the initial tie. They'll probably have more of an attacking rhythm to the play you'd expect at Ewood Park, and they can pose a genuine threat when you look at their strike force in particular.
Yeah, no, got some excellent players, and like you see, they defended well when they came to Anfield. You know, the pitch is obviously a little difficult, but we'll go there really focused and determined. You know, we can't wait to play again. Of course, after the weekend's disappointment, we analysed this as yesterday. Now we move on, and the players are fresh and focused. You know, the players that are available to get a result. But we've got a good couple of days' work now to prepare, and we'll take that into the game. And for us, qualification is important now.
After a couple of defeats at perhaps taken the wind out of your sails in terms of the top 4 race, is it nice to have maybe not focus on the Premier League for a couple of days and go into a different competition?
Just important to have a game quickly when you lose. There's no doubt the disappointment of losing the games haven't put ourselves in a great position. You know, we worked very, very hard to get into the position that we were in before the Manchester United game. But a performance level, you know, we're honest enough as a group to focus and analyse that we didn't perform well enough. And when you don't against top quality squads, then unfortunately you can lose. But as I said, it's gone now. We need to focus, as I said, on doing the very best that we can. The group's very committed to winning this trophy, but in order to do that, you've got to qualify, and we know Blackburn will be a difficult game for us. And obviously, then we can look towards the league then and look to hopefully, as I said, finish the season strong.
Brendan, you said you've been doing analysis over the weekend too, but performance against United and Arsenal, does that suggest somewhat that sides have now worked you out in this formation that caused some team problems before?
I don't think it's about working out. I think if you look at, you know, we created possibilities in the game early on. We didn't start well, and it doesn't matter what system you're playing. You know, the last 2 games that we played, or the last 4 games that we played, with all due respect, we haven't created as much, and that's more on ourselves. Of course, you give opponent credit, but every team will go into a game to defend well and work hard against you. But probably the Blackburn game and when we drew 0-0 and the games following that, we probably haven't created as much, and that's something that we want to really reinforce, as the creativity of chances and hopefully taking those chances. So, but no, it's a difficult system to play against, but it's one of a number of systems that we've played here and played very well. It's my job to always look to find the solutions. That's what I've tried to do in the games when we didn't look like scoring, finding a way to win.
You've spoken as well about the mindset with people in the club, but considering what happened last season and how close you got to the top 4 and then falling away again, is there an issue maybe with mentally getting things over the line? Well, in terms of you got so close to the title last year, didn't quite do it. This season, you got in that great run, got to within touch to the top 4, and they'll fall back again. Is there, you know, some would argue that the great sides would push through that and grind out results and get in that position, not let it fall off. But
I think we are at where we're at. You know, we're sat in 5th place up until this point now with the season. It's been of course a very up and down season. You know, performance is not so good at the beginning, then a period where it's been very good. But that happens in football. That's what we have, especially a lot of young players that are still adapting and learning, unfortunately. So, but I don't think it's a mental barrier that the team has. It's just something that, you know, we need to continue to develop and work as a team. And look, as I said, it's a very difficult challenge. You know, we look at the 4 teams that are above us at the moment, but we have to strive to, you know, to have no excuses and continue to work hard to get back in there again.
Just check how you are, squad-wise, Brendan, as
well. Well, obviously, we've got a number of players who are unavailable for the game, and we just need to see 1 or 2 of the injury ones that we had for the weekend. We'll see how they are and see if they're available for Wednesday.
Mario obviously is in late test as well.
Yeah, we'll see how he is this morning.